And what's going on, YouTube? I'm coming at you with a new video for Dragon Ball Z that just hit my downloads in my PlayStation. And I woke up this morning and I was excited to make the video on this. So I got right into it. So if you guys do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, so you guys can see the content I'm covering with this new edition being added tomorrow into the game. That you can see what I'm going to come out with it. But anyway, let's cover what's going on right now. Anyway. So for those that don't know, they added the time machine in their most recent update. Allowed you to play all your submissions after the fact. And one thing about the submissions that it lived true to is that you couldn't use any of your power-ups. Any of your other leveled up. You're gonna play it as if you were that level, but obviously at your newer level, like I stay at 112, 116, and you just one-shot everything, which allows you to play the submissions real quick, which I don't know. I thought that was more just to see the rest of the story, but it looks like this game, as far as story to TV show, if you are a fan of the story on TV show, this game doesn't do any justice. It definitely hurts it, in my opinion, because people are going to be arguing about nonsense. And just with the next DLC that's about to go down, it's going to make it even worse. But I'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, now with the current version 1.10 update that just downloaded, now you can go into the submissions and you can transfer them into anything. Now, when I was reading all the article about it, the one thing it did tell you specifically is that when you get to download the add-on, which if you go into your start menu, it's going to be down here, you're going to be able to fight Beerus, who's the two boss DLC. It says that specifically in the ad that just posted for PlayStation. It's going to put him at 250. Now, I was a bit kind of put off by that, because I know the grind it takes to get a level, and if you're willing to play this game constantly, I can see that being possible. But I mean, I progressed it pretty well, being able to get all the trophies. I got all the trophies by day 2, or even less than a day of playing time. I got everything, and it put me at about 112 to 116 level with submissions and all. On top of all the red battles that you can do a second time, fighting the enemies that are at 145 plus, you definitely got to grind your levels up, so you're not just there punching away and not taking any damage. But anyway, this right here, if you go to the add-ons, it's right here. But obviously you can't buy right now, as you can see if you try and go into it. It just errors out. It doesn't. You can't select it until tomorrow probably. But there's new transformations, new training, and new items that reward XP, and new sub stories. Now, what I like seeing is new items that award XP. That's promising. So at least for people like me that love the game, but obviously I played many other games, I wasn't just stick to this one after I was done with everything. I'm excited to see there's going to be items that help my XP. I just hope it's enough to get to 250 faster than which if I did it organically the way the game was designed, because that would be a grind beyond belief just to fight Beerus at 250, because that's what the article stated online if you'll look for him. Yeah, if that's the case, holy crap, I'm hoping this award XP definitely helps that fact, and that actually does help a lot of players that are new to the game that get into it, right? Because if the new items kind of go across the board in all variations, you'll be able to level up faster, which in turn will make the game quicker. Obviously, there's a lot of load time issues that I still feel exist in the game that they did a decent job addressing, but there's still load time issues. But anyway, it's in a menu, which is interesting right here, right? Because it's in this menu that you can click on add-ons. So I'm hoping it just kind of adds on to the game's current, and it's not just to pick on. That'd be interesting. I'm curious to see how it implements this into the game. But from the screenshots I've seen, this is where the continuity of the story takes a bit of a dive, because it shows Vegeta getting God form in a particular way that isn't true to the story that if you watch Tournament of Power and the Frieza, the Reaction Frieza, like this, guys, you can't take the story seriously as far as Dragon Ball Z. Take it for what it is, take it at face value, but don't apply it to the TV show if you are a fan. I'm a huge fan of it, growing up as a kid, and now it's still here. I'm enjoying the little continuity switches, just to keep the game flowing. But yeah, I definitely don't take the story for anything more than just face value. Outside of that, I'm excited to see this coming out. To the fact it's just two bosses makes me curious if it's more of the grind, or how deep are those submissions, because the submissions and what we just played in this one weren't that long. So for the submissions are a little deeper to cover with Beerus and Whis. And will we see hints into the next DLC? Because this is, it legitimately says 2 boss DLC battle pack in this DLC, but then the other one says future arc. It's an arc DLC, which tells me is that the Tournament of Power? Because the Tournament of Power was really long, which I'd be great if that is the whole thing, Tournament of Power, because the lead up to Tournament of Power was great. If you watch that whole series show, I'm hoping that is the case. Let me know down below what you hope it is. I'm hoping that is the arc. I was hoping that was going to follow this, but it looks like we're getting the introduction into God, Super Saiyan God and Beerus, which is that movie. We might get that movie in a shorter time frame, told differently. If you watch that movie with the gods, Super Saiyan God and Beerus. But yeah, the next arc will be, I believe it should be the Tournament of Power. But let me know what you think down below, what you want it to be. But anyway, guys. Oh, and the other thing I don't like. Well, I was kind of hoping they did that. I went into it a little bit. But if you go into into the missions, right? I said you can go into these battles now with the submissions, or even go fight like anybody in the game, Raditz, the androids. You could transform into anything. I was hoping they would get a little bit of a buff. So if I wanted to spend the next 10 to 12 hours leveling up to get closer to 250 for that fight with Beerus, it would rank them up to my level. It's like I can enjoy fighting and seeing some of the story and fighting, and that, you know what I mean, like just to make them the same level as me, but you can still one-shot everything and get crap experience points. So I don't like that. But anyway, guys, that's just my assessment. Again, not a long video. Comes out tomorrow. I'll be all over. So please click like, click subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on my next video.